Chapter 132. Alex slowly put Emma on the bed and carefully extracted the qigong from her body. Immediately afterward, Emma slowly opened her eyes, waking up. "Dear!" As soon as Emma lay eyes on Alex after opening her eyes, she got up quickly and hugged him excitedly. Then, she started to cry. Alex hurriedly comforted her. "It's okay, baby, don't be afraid, we're home now." "We're home?" Emma lifted her head and looked around. She was surprised that it was their room. She turned to glance at Alex and asked curiously, "What did Swift and his wife do to you?" "No, they didn't do anything to me," Alex said calmly. "Both him and his wife have paralyzed. The entire gold class was nothing but ruins and rubble now. As the old saying goes, he who is unjust is doomed to destruction, literally." Emma was utterly shocked. "What? How come? What happened?" Alex smiled faintly. "I asked a few friends to help and save you, then we found out that the entire office building and the factories in Gold Class Enterprise were all jerry-built. When we left, one of their workshops exploded and the entire factory was blown up and collapsed. It's a pity you fell asleep, otherwise, you could see the dramatic scene. The whole factory collapsed like domino pieces. It was like straight out of a movie scene." Emma frowned in confusion. They've been in operation for so many years, and it was razed to the ground when one workshop exploded? It's quite unbelievable. "It is true," Alex nodded. "And it's quite awesome too. I think they were being punished for their misbehavior." Then, he quietly sent a text message to Adam. "Go to the media and tell them that Gold Class Enterprises factories are jerry-built and they collapsed because of the chain reaction caused by the explosion in one of the workshops." He received an immediate reply from him. "Okay, boss, don't worry, the news will be up soon." A few minutes later, when Emma was still trying to recall the details of the incident before she went unconscious, suddenly, there were a lot of news notifications popping up on her phone. She glanced at the title and was startled. The headlines of all the news wrote an accident occurred in Oris Hills Gold Class Enterprise. The accident led to the collapse of the poorly constructed factory and workshops. The death numbers were yet to be reported. Their owners, Swift Koch, and his wife were seriously injured. From the preliminary diagnosis, the doctors stated that they were quadriplegic. Alex glanced at her and said, "See, I didn't bluff, did I?" Emma finally bought the story and sighed. Karma really is a bitch." Then, she hurriedly asked, "When you were there, did the bad guys do anything to me?" Alex shook his head and answered, "No, when I was there, your clothes were intact. Swift's wife was there first, she stopped him from assaulting you." 2 streaks of tears flowed down Emma's cheeks. "Alex, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it." "Silly girl, what are you talking about? I won't blame you. It's my fault, I can't protect you well and let this bastard come in and almost hurt you." A touch of warmth radiated inside Emma's heart. She curled her arms around Alex and hugged him tight silently. At this moment, she realized Alex's deep and profound feelings towards her. She was utterly happy and touched by his affection and love. The news about the collapse of the Gold Class Enterprise dropped like a bombshell in Oris Hill. Everyone was talking about it. Although the news reported that it was an accident, everyone knew it was just a PR stunt. It must be a whole different scenario. They started to speculate as to who did such massive destruction. None of them could think of a single person in Oris Hill who was capable enough to do so. Who would that be? Instantly, people thought about the mysterious events that happened in Oris Hill and began to connect the dots. The mysterious ultra-rich man who had become popular on the internet thanks to his stunt at the Platinum Court with the dozen of Rolls-Royce and the enormous purchase. The chairman of Diamond Group who had acquired the company and invested $3 billion to build a 6-star hotel. The mysterious man who had made the unprecedented reservation at Orem Grand Sky Garden and held a 2-person wedding ceremony. Last but not least, the powerful man who had razed Gold Class Enterprise to the ground in a single morning. All these clues pointed to one person, the mysterious chairman of Diamond Group. Who else had this kind of abilities apart from him? Because of all the bizarre events, the identity of the chairman had become even more unfathomable and baffling.